And there was someone else who dreamt of quitting. His name is Merdan, a man in his 20s. Before joining the overseas terrorist organization, he was a businessman traveling all over China selling clothes. In a good year, he could make more than 300,000 yuan rather. So why would someone as successful as Merdan choose to join a terrorist organization?
During his time at an overseas terrorist base, Merdan's right leg was wounded by a shell. The local clinic was too poorly equipped to treat the leg properly. Merdan becomes quite animated when he talks about the dreams he once had.
I was very interested in the clothing business. All I want to do was to create a national brand. I dreamt one day my brand would be found on the markets of Kazakhstan and other Central Asian countries. I dreamt of being successful. I did think of something. I find Atlas silk is very special, so I wanted to create a women's clothing brand called Atlas. I got the idea from a friend in Guangzhou. He said I had a good chance of succeeding. That's when I decided to create a brand.
Around that time, he received a phone call from his uncle, who had been living abroad for several years. He invited Merdan to come to what he described as a great place overseas, where he could learn some knowledge.
I went because I wanted to study abroad. He told me there were many Islamic institutes and schools, all free of charge. That's how he lured me.
Merdan wanted to learn some religious knowledge, as well as a foreign language, to help him do business abroad. Being very close to his uncle, he agreed to join him. But after arriving there, Merdan found this place to study very intimidating.
The conditions there were worse than those in the least developed parts of Xinjiang. When I first arrived, we went to some street markets. There were no sense of security. Everyone was walking around carrying guns. Sometimes fights broke out in the street markets.
Having witnessed the vast gulf between the reality and his imagination, Merdan resolved to leave, but his uncle and the terrorist organization forced him to stay. For 10 days, he was subjected to sustained brainwashing. Finally, he agreed to join the organization.
I'd never seen anything like it. I'd never seen men carrying guns. This was my first time abroad, so I remember everything, as if it happened yesterday.
After Merdan lost his right leg, his uncle was killed by government forces while carrying out the terrorist attack. The organization's leader arranged for Merdan to marry a widow with 3 children. Merdan says that he'd always dreamed of marrying for love. But now, every dream he'd ever had was crushed.
I hope others learn a lesson from me. Never leave your children, your family and your parents. Never abandon your home to wander outside.